Real Madrid win their first home game of the season against Valladolid. They had to wait for 50 minutes before the first goal came, but once it did, the result never really in doubt. Petzolano exchanging pleasantries pre-match there with Carlo Ancelotti and Ronaldo Nazario alongside Florentino Perez, the two presidents. The club, the team showed off the Super Cup that was won at the start of the season back in, well, a couple of weeks back against Atalanta. And of course it was Kylian Mbappe's debut as well, his home debut. He's already scored once since his arrival. He scored in the Super Cup win, and he almost scored here. Long ball over the top from Rudiger, and on the volley, but Karl-Heinz making the save, the Estonian keeper. He tried everything to get his first goal in front of the Bernabeu supporters. Mbappe, we saw him drop deep, go long for the ball over the top, as he did there. We saw him popping up a lot on the left, although Vinicius played the game, started the match on the left. But there was no debut goal for Kylian Mbappe. Machi's shot there was deflected wide for a corner. We didn't see too much of Valladolid in the first half in an attacking sense. This was a rare foray forward from them, but they did defend very well and in numbers and made it hard for Real Madrid. Arda Güler starting the game in the absence of Jude Bellingham, who will be out for a month. Luka Modric was expected to be Bellingham's replacement, but Carlo Ancelotti has a lot of faith in Güler, and he got the nod. Handball given against Rodrigo there. Here's Rodrigo Gosh once more. Back to Dani Carvajal, into Fede Valverde. Valverde into Güler, and Güler's cross shot palmed away by Karl-Heinz. Another Fede Valverde shot there, this time from a free kick. It took a deflection, but so much power on it, it might well have beaten the keeper anyway, but the fact that it hit a defender meant that there was absolutely no chance for Karl-Heinz, and that was the lead on 50 minutes. The Fede Express arriving right on time to give Real Madrid the advantage. This was at the start of the second half. Fede Valverde, who scored twice last season. Well, he's already scored twice this season in all competitions, because of course he scored in the Super Cup. And he's at full stretch there, the Estonian, but he couldn't stop the goal from the man who wears Toni Kroos's number 8 shirt this season, the Uruguayan Fede Valverde. Chance here for Real Madrid to make it 2, but Boyomo's block preventing Arda Güler. He was excellent in the centre of Valladolid's defence, Boyomo. We started seeing Valladolid in a more attacking sense, obviously needing a goal to get back into the game. And Messiguer there with that cross blocked by Thibaut Courtois. Here's Arda Güler once more, into Rodrigo. Vinicius with a cross, and Arda Güler with the first time shot, sending it wide. Corner almost headed in by Rudiger and then by Mbappe, safely in the hands in the end of Karl-Heinz. Amala and Moro coming on for Valladolid for Darwin Machis. Moro, who was so good in the on the opening day of the season, victory over Espanyol. Stanko Djuric does really well here, and he tees up Raul Moro, and it might have been a different story to the game had he scored that. Hadn't long been on the pitch, but he sent the shot high and wide. Amala come on for Messiguer. Real Madrid kept driving forward. Fran Garcia with the cross. and Arda Güler upset that he couldn't get the right connection on that. And again, Karl Hein with a good save. He was impressive, Karl Hein, on loan from Arsenal, but still conceded 3. That's the story when you go to the Santiago Bernabéu to face Real Madrid. Long diagonal from Militao, brilliantly taken in his stride by Rodrigo, but then he gets the pass to Vinicius all wrong. Schumet is able to clear. Fran Garcia starting the game in the absence of the suspended Ferland Mendy. Just one touch too many from Rodrigo. The first touch was brilliant, but then unable to roll the ball to his compatriot. Both Rodrigo and Vinicius were off the pitch. They'd been substituted when another Brazilian scored, as you'll see shortly. Arda Güler with this shot, deflected. Great reactions from Karl Hein, 22 years old, and it looks like a real coup for Valladolid that they've got him on loan from Arsenal. It's going to really help them this season in their bid to stay up. Took a touch off of Boyomo. Luka Modric came on in the second half. Rodrigo Goes made way for Brahim Diaz. Güler replaced by Luka Modric. No Jude Bellingham, of course, out until after the international break. Mario Martin came on in the second half, replacing Juric. He's on loan from Real Madrid, defensive midfield player. Marcos André would run himself into the ground, also going off. Mamadou Silla coming on, top scored last season with 8 goals for Valladolid, yet to score in the top flight. Long ball forward here for Vinicius. Gets away from Luis Perez. Into Mbappe. That was the moment. Another good stop from Karl Hein. So 2 saves from Karl Hein, both from Mbappe. Either side of half. That was the moment when it was very nearly his first goal in this stadium. But denied by Karl Hein. So Valladolid's still in it at this point. And this was another opportunity. Momo Silla up against, on his day, maybe the best defender in the world. There's an argument over who that might be, but he'd certainly be in this discussion, Eder Militao. And the way he gets in front of, or alongside Silla, and then across with the left leg, just making it so difficult for Momo Silla to get his shot away with any power and with any precision, and he sends it into the side netting. Vinicius taken off, replaced by Dani Ceballos. So this was a brief period of the game, very brief, when Mbappe had free rein down the left, and he very nearly made the most of it with this run and shot. But just slicing it wide, played in by Brahim and then by Fede Valverde. So no debut goal for Kylian Mbappe. That was his last touch, actually. He was taken off after that. He was replaced by Endrick. And it was the 18-year-old Brazilian who would get a debut goal in front of a man who also scored on his home debut. Ronaldo Nazario scored twice back in 2002 when he made his first appearance for Real Madrid. One of those goals came with his first touch. And Endrick, well, it wasn't maybe his first touch, but near enough. Before that, Brahim makes it 2-0. Scored so many goals last season, Brahim, off the bench. He wasn't a regular starter, but it didn't affect his goal scoring too much. He scored 8 goals, and he's off the mark this season. Again, it's a long ball out of defence, over the top And then Madrid relying on the fantastic capabilities of their front players to, even with just a long ball into space, make the most of it, as Brahim did there. One touch to get it in front of him, and maybe helped by Karhein having committed himself. So 2-0, and it was deep into added time when the third goal was scored. Before that, a good run from Raul Moro, played into Amat. Moro with the cross and skied by Amala. And the spaces were really opening up now. It was 2 against 5 here, but if the two happen to be Brahim and Endrick, then you can't back against the striker scoring, and that's exactly what he did. What a way to introduce yourself to the home supporters. The 96th minute of the game. He's up against a very good defender in Boyomo, who'd had an excellent game, and he's up against a very good goalkeeper who'd also had an excellent game, but it was no problem for Endrick. Nice little side step away from the defender. There's not much of a gap, but he finds it with power and placement, and it was 3-0. And that will quite possibly be the first of many for the 18-year-old Brazilian. So there was a debut goal. It just wasn't the one that maybe we were expecting. That's the way it finished then in the Bernabeu. Real Madrid 3, Valladolid 0.